Hello, collective. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. So let's see what messages wants to come through for you today. Let's see what messages Spirit has for you. Okay. I call on my guides. I call on my angels, my ancestors. Bring the most accurate messages for the collective. What do you want us to know at this time? Allow me to channel these messages, Spirit. As you do so, we call for divine protection against evil eye, evil intentions towards this channel and my collective, myself, and everything that concerns us. We surround ourselves with a protective shield, a fiery wall of protection that keeps out all unwanted energies, trickster spirits. Low vibrational beings are not allowed. We also surround that fiery wall of protection with another protective shield of purple crystalline light that keeps our vibrations high and filters love in. Protection in place, wards in place, and so it is. Ashe. All right, so let's see what messages wants to come in. What do we need to know? If you're new to the channel, please do like, share, and subscribe and join the tribe. Support the channel, and I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you. Thank you for being here. And to my day ones, I really appreciate you all as well. I appreciate those that comment regularly. At Lola Bell, I really appreciate you, hun. Thank you so much for always supporting the channel and commenting on the videos. I really appreciate you. Okay, you're amazing. All right, so let's see what messages wants to come through. Just wanted to give this a very good shuffle. Seven of Cups. It's water sign energy. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Four of Swords. Air sign energy. Libra, Gemini. Aquarius. Yes. Justice card. So you could be, I don't know if I'm speaking to someone who has been having some strange dreams lately. You might have been having some really strange dreams lately that you didn't understand. It's like it's your guides that are presenting you. You're going to be presented with a few like options, and they're here to guide you through it. So it might benefit you if you write down your dreams. Okay, write down your dreams. No matter how, even if you feel that they're not relevant or they're not that important, just write them down, okay? There could be something that stands out. Because it's almost like your guides are trying to guide you and let you know about something that is about to happen. And this could have something to do with your family, okay? This could have something to do with your family. Something that was pretty much hidden from you. A smoke and mirror. I don't know if you were distracted or, it's almost like you were like an illusion was created to make you believe something, but it's actually something else that happened and you're not aware of it. And it really threw you off balance. And this definitely has something to do with someone's family or some type of like, because we have the Hierophant in the center of this reading. Okay, and in this deck, this is an unusual Hierophant card because we have a spiritual leader here, and then there's people that are going against the traditional, burning the Bible here. So it's symbolic. It's almost like, I don't know if they were against you because you were trying to go against the family tradition, it's almost given the energy of someone who is a black sheep of the family. You always question things that were done. You always had something to say about things that were, you felt that, okay, why do I have to do it this way? Yeah, everybody did it this way. Your older siblings did it this way, or your parents did it this way, grandparents did it this way. This is just what the family does. But you're the one that says, okay, no, this is not how I want to do it. I want to do it this other way. You're a little weird. They might consider you crazy, or you find yourself in arguments because you're trying to explain to people, why you do a certain things or why you believe certain things. You just don't see eye to eye with them. Okay, and it creates a situation where they shut you out of whatever that's going on in the family. They also shut you out financially. Taurus energy here. We have Leo energy. So they really try to dominate you, and, it's almost like if you did have a loved one that passed on or something happened and you were left something, like if it was a grandparent or parent or whoever that left you something, someone feels justified by making changes. There were changes that were made to make sure that you got the bare minimum. You didn't get much. Yeah, that's if you got anything at all. Abuse. Yeah, so this is like a family that you sustained abuse. Nothing ever, if you notice that after conversations, or if you have something major going on, and after conversations, things just don't work out anymore, it's because someone is like, I don't know if they're praying against you with this Hierophant in the center. Someone is definitely using religion. And it doesn't have to even be like, it could be any type of religion, Christianity, Islam, whatever their belief system is. This person could either have someone that works with them that could be a spiritual leader, a pastor, or imam, or even spiritual practitioner that they go to, and they're able to do things for them to suppress you or oppress you or tame. In their mind, they feel like they're taming you. I keep dropping cards, guys. Look. Conflict. So it's almost like whenever you get around this person, you just get those vibes, and it always ends up in an argument, because it's almost like your energy is not accepting this. It's almost like your spirit is not accepting, whatever that's going on behind the scenes. You might not know it, but you feel it. I said priest. Someone could be using someone, a spiritual leader, to like, curses. Somebody placing a curse on you doesn't always have to be like a spell. Some people can pray, like, you literally use the Bible, because they're burning the Bible. That means They're using this Bible, the sacred word, for destruction. And this is under someone's command with that spiritual leader standing there. They could be praying for you to struggle financially, pray on you to, constantly be in conflict and constantly be abandoned. Praying for you to be alone, to never see happiness. There's someone, this doesn't necessarily have to always be your family, but it could be an ex as well. But I am getting that for somebody here, okay? They could also be praying for you to have health issues. Or this person that did this is going through health issues right now. They could be going through their karma. Somebody's going through karma. And a lot of it could be confusion spells. And I think I've said that in a past reading, where confusion spells are being done to someone where you're confused. You might be thinking things are one way, but it's not really true. You might be thinking you have like some type of condition. You could be like seeing the word cancer everywhere, videos on cancer, and you're here thinking you have cancer. You might have a pain somewhere. Go get it checked, and you might be surprised. Doctor would tell you that there's nothing wrong with you. These are all spells because they want this to get into your psyche. They want this to get into your mind, because if they're able to get it into your mind, they're able to actually hit you with that sickness. But it's not. There's a karmic female behind this. A karmic feminine behind the scenes working against you. You could be attacked during sleep time. Maybe there's a certain hour of the day that they do come at you, okay? I'm also getting that you could hear that this person is ill. And this could be an older female person. Maybe they could be in the hospital, or you're going to hear that they're in the hospital and they need you. They're thinking about you and they need you to come see them. That's if you haven't seen them in a while, you've been keeping your distance, or they feel like you abandoned them. They feel like you abandoned them. And this could also, for a few people, if it's a romantic partner, this is someone that you thought was a soulmate at once upon a time. Five of Swords. So this person's, some of you could feel like, it's almost like all this, whatever that was done to you, you've been having to fight battles and it's affecting your energy. So maybe you might be feeling like you're going through some type of physical condition, but it's actually your chakras. Maybe keep them balanced. Try to always maintain a state of like, calmness. Try to meditate, be in a state of peace, and whatever that's being thrown at you will not affect you, okay? Will not affect your money. If you're noticing that your money's looking a little funny, just always maintain this, like, how we say this prayer. I say this prayer right before I read the cards. I surround myself and shield myself from any outside forces. So that includes, whatever's being sent my way, evil eye, prayers, because some people could be praying that you're doing things the way they want you to do it. In their mind, they're having good intentions, but your will over everybody else's will. Nobody should be able to play God in your life. You are the God of your own life, causing you emotional pain because the traditional ways of the family or whatever this person wants from you, it's not for your highest good. You're not happy. You've never been happy in that situation. Divine Masculine, So this could be a divine masculine that's coming into your life, or that you were in a, this could be a soulmate that doesn't realize that they're a soulmate and they've been working against you as well. So that's for some of you that, it's romantic. And for a few, I'm also getting that real love is coming, because now that you're loving yourself and you've healed from the emotional pain, and the real love is coming. This could be something that they don't want you to have. There's somebody that you could have ended things with, that they don't want you to have real love. They don't want you to have money. They don't want you to have good health. They're just waiting, sitting back, waiting to hear negative news, or for you to reach out to them that you need them, you know, because they feel like if you're successful, you're not going to need them. But as they're doing this, they're affecting themselves physically. They're affecting their money. They're affecting their health. You know, they feel like you abandoned them. You walked out on them. That you're cold. You left them out in the cold, because this is clarifying the Five of Pentacles. You're ice cold with your words, So they could be seeking like some type of assistance from some type of spiritual leader. They could tell them that you're crazy, you're delusional, there's something wrong with you. Help them pray for whatever that's going on in your life to end, to, pray that, just, I don't know, this person is definitely, this is the picture they've painted of you, that you're mentally and emotionally unstable. When you're just trying to have your full happiness, emotional fulfillment. You have gifts. Some of you have like psychic gifts and things like that they don't understand. So they think you're crazy. You're not crazy. You're just enlightened. You're just one of the chosen ones. You might hear from, you have so many guides. They might walk in on you talking to, like, your pets, and, maybe talking to nobody's there, but you're talking, and you experience the spiritual awakening. But they don't understand it because they're still stuck in traditional religion. So they might say, oh, something's wrong with her. Or he is messing with crystals, or, things like that. They talk different, they walk different, they act different. So they're crazy. So we need to pray. We need to, and it just causes, it irritates your spirit and causes conflict. They want to, you shut them out, or you need to shut them out to protect yourself, to avoid this conflict. I don't know if you saw them recently. I mean, I know we did, some parts of the world celebrated Easter, so maybe you were invited to dinner or whatever, and some type of conflict happened between you and family. A maternal figure who has always been cold and ice to you. But you got a love offer coming soon, guys. They could be a Leo person. Someone's very attracted to you. They could seem trusted. Maybe you can trust this person. Says divine masculine that wants to offer you a high-level commitment. This person could have Taurus or Leo in their chart, or Libra. Something about the community, guys. Something about your community is significant. Your life was thrown off balance due to some false, some lies were created to throw you off balance. Okay? So somebody could have painted a false narrative about you in the community. And like I said, this is what is being, if gossip is being spread about you, people are being told that you're mentally and emotionally unstable, that you you crazy. Oh, she's crazy. Have you heard of da? Or there's no gender here. And there, but people are confused. They're like, okay, she's crazy or he's crazy, but damn, they single, sexy, and successful. They're actually looking good. Are you sure? You're actually a divine feminine, and we also have divine masculine here. So you don't look what people are saying. You're actually looking very put together. I'm gonna leave them right there. This is someone that has animosity towards you. Or they're angry that you're still succeeding. And like I said, false narrative. Someone that's gossiping. This is, just, I don't know what someone was told that has made people, they're telling people that you're struggling, you're in poverty, or this is how they want you to be. In poverty, begging for help. That's their prayers for you. But guess what? Single, sexy, and successful. So you have to make sure that your will is very strong. In fact, when you wake up in the morning, you definitely need to call your power back to yourself. You need to speak in the mirror. You need to command your day. You need to speak and tell yourself who you are, because there are people who gather and pray and they think they're in the right for your downfall. They want to see you struggle through life. You see, people are watching, they want to see you struggle through life. And the reason why they're doing this, if this is your family and you all have like a certain way, everybody else has done it this way. Everybody follows the family's, whatever the matriarch, the patriarch says that, this is the way it's going to be. So everybody follows that same map. And if you step out of that, you're against the family. So you have to really, so they're going to be praying for you to struggle and go through negative things, because that's going to prove to you and to everyone else, the community, that look, they were right. That if you're doing things any way that is against the traditional way that they do things, you're going to be cursed. You're going to be met with failure, with problems, with issues. Yeah, this happened to her or him because they're doing this. This happened to them or them. See, I was right. So it's just like an ego thing where they have to prove that they're right, that you cannot be successful, you cannot make money, you cannot be a free spirit and be successful and have emotional happiness and fulfillment if you're stepping out of whatever they feel is the right way, the true path. And since you are a divine being, a divine feminine, a chosen one, a gifted one, you have gifts, spiritual gifts. You're meant to be a spiritual teacher, a spiritual leader. You're going against, as long as you're not in the church or you're not in the mosque or whatever, wherever they want you to be, you're going against, I hear Seventh-day Adventist, Jehovah Witness. If you're going against any of those, religions, then you're an enemy to the family. You're an enemy to God, and they're justified. They feel justified by whatever they're doing. to you. In their mind, they're doing God's work by bringing you down, by, you know, but for some of you, this has been going on since childhood. You know, you've never been accepted. You've always gone through this. So, and that was when you were following the family traditions, if this has something to do with that. And then for some of you, there's a love offer coming in. This person could be a Taurus or a Leo. I do see that as well. Okay, somebody finds you very attractive. Now, they were painted a different narrative about you, though. They could have asked questions with the community. They could have asked questions, you know, because the community was already told negative things about you. You can't blame them. And it was someone in your family or a past lover that went and spread lies, that you're a liar, you're a thief, you're a cheater, you're nothing but conflict. That's all you bring. They painted a false narrative, but when they met you, they're like, oh my goodness, this person thinks like me. They seem like a divine person. What they got from you when they met you was completely different than what they heard. And they want to make a love offer. They could be trying to hold themselves back, you know, because they're not sure how it's going to be received. I don't know if they might feel like you could reject them, because this person has been rejected in the past. They've gone through something. Okay. So that's what I got today, guys. You know, just keep your protection up, stay protected, protect your peace. And, you know, don't take these things seriously, you know. Don't take these things seriously, because if they can't get in your psyche, they can't get to you. They're draining their own energy by even trying, okay? Keep being single, sexy and successful. You're not going to be single long, okay? And stay in your emotional happiness. Peace is here. Your psychic gifts are being activated. Make sure you stay up with your health checkups, you know, confirming that these sensations that you're feeling, which could be part of like ascension symptoms, awakening symptoms, that they're not anything health related. The doctors will probably confirm like, oh, there's nothing wrong with you. That's how you know that these are like, you know, your chakras waking up and being balanced and cleared out, because some of them were blocked. Your throat chakra, especially, I can tell was blocked. You were not able to speak your truth. You've been silenced all your life. But one of the gifts that you're going to have is to speak. Okay? So that's the messages I got today, guys. All right? Let me know if it resonates. Much love. Many blessings. Bye-bye.